Hey guys, it is NCS Fan 001 here for another one of those weekly trophy list update videos. Today's date is Monday, October 25th, 2021. So this video will have covered the week of, would that be the 17th or the 24th or the 18th or the 24th actually. Okay, so this was another fairly unproductive week overall just because I've been busy with stuff in real life and also just been playing a lot of Far Cry, it's taken up so much of my time at this point. But we're at 52% completion on the trophies and we're closer to being done with all the game stuff than that because there's not that many more things left to do, which I'll cover in here. So, in the past week, I recruited Maximus Matanzas. That is an unmissable story-related trophy, as is this one and this one. So we got two more story-related trophies to pop. I've done maybe like 2 to 3 missions in this region. So definitely making progress on that slowly. Then I completed this trophy on Sunday, actually. Finally captured an FND base without being detected. There's a really good outpost base to do it at. It's on like a sort of a peninsula, almost, that reaches down from either Val d'Oro or LS. I don't remember exactly where it is, but I think it's the one that PowerPix did, or it might actually be a different one. Yeah, I feel like he did something different because his looked more like a beachy setting, not necessarily a fort like what I did, but it didn't have a whole lot of enemies. They were pretty spread out. It was pretty easy. I finally got around to it. I've come close multiple other times, but finally knocked that out. Still need to do the co-op trophy, though. I would estimate I've knocked out, like, probably 3/4 of the FND bases, or at least, like, 2/3 of them, so definitely getting closer to being done with that. Captured 10 checkpoints. I've knocked out quite a few more than 10. The 16 anti-aircraft cannons, I think I've hit every single one except for, I think there's 2 in Esperanza that I still have to hit. Then the 10 military supply drops, I've done probably exactly 10. These are just a little bit annoying because you need a helicopter to really be able to do them. This is a series of side missions. I've completed 2 out of the 3 to be able to get through it, so we're making progress on that. They're actually those are like kind of half treasure hunt, half side mission pretty much. Then, let's see, I won a game of dominoes on my first try. I had a very good game of it, actually. I managed to win with 0 pips left, which means I played all my tiles. Pretty awesome. They have actually added in a 3rd special operation at the time this is being recorded, so there's at least 3 now. There might be even more by the time the video goes up. Otherwise, I don't know where I am on the weapons. That one's going to take a little bit of time to get once we're done with everything. And I have actually now fully upgraded every camp facility in the game, so they're all good and ready to go. There's still stuff to buy from some of them, but I've already, fully upgraded them, which is great. Acquire every Supremo. There's only one left. I think it's a reward from that Triad of Blessings quest. I've purchased like 2 or 3 meals. I don't really want to purchase all of them all at once just because they do actually give you bonuses that can be a little bit helpful. I found like 2 of the USB sticks. I don't know if I've done much of the cryptogramma chests. I've got 3 of the 4 rides, so just got to go pick up the last one at some point. I've gotten 4 of the roosters. I've got 3 of the amigos, but I'm currently working on Chikaran, and then the Alusa is another reward from that Triad of Blessings, so we're making good progress on all of those. Then, this one is very easy. Once we get Chikaran, I've almost got him. I think I've got one more side quest to do before he's recruited. Then, let's see, what other trophies do we get? Take out a soldier by sabotaging an alarm. That one was pretty easy. You need a very specific piece of wrist gear to do it. Well, I don't know if it's a specific piece. I think there's a few different pieces that'll do it. But you just need to have something that has the sabotage ability and use that to knock out the alarm or to sabotage the alarm, and then just trick an enemy into running into it and trying to activate it. This, of course, can't be done until the main story is completed. And then, what else did we do? I've got the map now for these, but there's only 5, so it's not that difficult. There's only a few specific places you can do this one. I'm surprised I haven't gotten this one yet. I'm close, though, because I'm sure I'm very close to it by now, but I'm kind of surprised I don't have it done yet. And then, let's see, this one, I'm starting to work on it. I've got the poison-equipped Supremo, and I'm starting to focus entirely on using that whenever I get into a big battle, so it may unlock naturally, or I may have to farm it somewhere. We'll have to figure that one out, though. Then we have a full matching gear set. I did that already. I did it actually with the parkour gear because I really like the parkour gear because I'm not too worried about dying, honestly. Like, the game is really not all that hard for the most part outside of like one or two annoying sections here and there. So I've just got the full parkour gear on because it makes you run a lot faster and have sprint bonuses and stuff, which is great for some of these areas where you maybe don't have as many vehicles available to you. I'm surprised I seriously haven't done that one yet. Wow, okay, I don't know why I haven't done that one yet, because I'm sure I've got the materials for it. Okay, then. Then build one of each camp facility. Like I said, I fully upgraded every camp facility, so we're done on that. 10 parts installed on a ride. A lot of them you get by bringing vehicles back and winning the Grand Premios. Then reach the rank of Commandant. You're going to hit this when you hit rank 14. This is unmissable by the time you finish the story and all the side stuff. And then, of course, you have the 3 trophies, the 3 other trophies for the special operations. So you have to complete one without exceeding 50% on the temperature meter. I think you also have to complete the mission without dying, but I'm not entirely sure about that because I feel like that was the only time it unlocked for me. I highly recommend having the parkour outfit equipped because it's going to make this significantly easier. It's going to allow you to run a heck of a lot faster, and it shouldn't really get above about 30% then. I would also suggest at this time doing it on the Masio mission because the very end defensive portion you can hide out on top of a roof with an infinite water source up there, and a lot of the enemies will climb up to get to you, to where the only real threat is going to be one tank that shows up. Then this one is very easy. Just locate any hidden stash of moneda in any of the special operations. It's probably easiest to do on the first one. And then finally, you have to free 30 total hostages during informants challenges, which is going to require you to do this at least 10 times because you can only get 3 hostages per run of a special operation. Basically, once you're on mastery level 1 or higher, you will see a red flare go off, and that is going to indicate where the informants are. And you have to go find the informants and rescue them. And you want to rescue all 3 of them if at all possible, because that will cut down a little bit on your grinding time. The platinum has gone up a lot in rarity, by the way. It's up to like an 8% now, even though it's only a 0.1% on here, which is to be expected. This is going to be a lot lower. But it's currently up to like an 8% or something on PSN profiles, 8 to 9%. So it's gone up a lot, and it'll probably continue to go up. Though I still think this is going to be maybe one of the slightly rarer ones, just because, I mean, this is one of the longer Far Cry games, I feel like. I just feel like there's a lot more to do in the game this time around. Maybe that's just me, but it does feel like there's more to do in the game and that it is a little bit more of a time-consuming platinum. You could probably do it faster, but I keep getting distracted by all the bright, shiny objects that are side quests and outposts and military stuff and all that, so that could be all on me. And then, the other game I've been working on this week is Spirit of the North. This is an adventure, sort of open world game where you control a fox and have like powers of light and stuff. It's kind of weird. The good thing is I got it on Gamefly, and it's a pretty quick and easy platinum trophy. If you follow a guide, you can do it in like 3 hours, even though a lot of the guides say it's going to take longer than that. But you can do it in like 3 hours if you follow like Bad Driver's Guide. So currently, I'm about halfway through his video guide, like right at halfway, and I've completed the first 4 chapters. So there's 5 chapters to go, so 5 through 9. It's mostly because 5 is really, really long and the other ones are shorter. So these are both unmissable story-related trophies, as are these as far as I know. Then you have to awaken all 28 shaman spirits. This is a collectible type. It's the only one where you have to find everything in the game. There are exactly 28 of them. Thankfully, the game does have chapter select, which is great. This one, I think, is a chapter-specific trophy. It looks like it's not a story-related trophy because it's so rare, so it must be a chapter-specific one. Then you have to collect 50 Spirit Bloom, 25 and 50. This is going to be done by interacting with those little spirit light areas, those blue areas. These should both come naturally because you're going to be doing this very often. Then you have to destroy 18 total Plague Tethers. I don't think this is missable because I think there's well over 18 in the game, so this one shouldn't be missable. And I mean, I've got at least 8 now. I've probably got like 10 at this point, and still got a good bit of the game left to play. This is an unmissable story-related trophy, as is this and this, so another set of story-related trophies related to unlocking abilities. This one, there's like a certain place you're supposed to do it in Chapter 5. It's one of the more highly missable trophies in the game. Though there's technically, again, nothing missable because you do have a chapter select. Infuse 30 Standing Stones is going to be unmissable. I got it in Chapter 4. This one, I believe, is unmissable, but haven't knocked it out yet. This one is technically kind of missable because they're only available in certain areas, but you can't do it until Chapter 5 from what the guide says, so we'll knock it out sometime in Chapter 5. Then you have to stand still for 3 minutes and cause the wisp to chirp 100 times, which is done by hitting circle. And actually, both of these trophies glitched on me and wouldn't unlock until I quit out of the game entirely, like closed application entirely. And that's something I'm going to talk about here in a minute, just issues I've been having console-wise. So I'll talk about that once we're done talking about this game. Carry a Shaman Staff for 3 minutes. This one can technically be combined with this one, provided it doesn't, screw up on you or anything. And then I'm not really sure how to do this one yet, so you have to step on a pressure plate, an unstable platform, and walk on water all at once. I think there's maybe a place you're going to get it in Chapter 5, but I'm not entirely sure. But overall, quick, easy platinum trophy. Not the biggest fan in the world of the game because sometimes the Foxy guy doesn't control the best out there. But yeah, so with that, we are at level 745, 1%, 21,470 total trophies, 546 platinums, 3,299 golds, 5,759 silvers, and 11,866 bronzes. So, plans for the upcoming week, as well as other updates and such. So first I will say, in terms of console issues, I think my PS4 is dying, and I've talked about this a little bit before. I think it's on its last legs, because I am running into so many issues constantly now. Like, pretty much whenever I boot up a game at any given time, it'll give me that weird issue with, like, connecting to the internet, and then it'll kick me out entirely and sign me out of everything. And it's doing that almost every time I start up a game at one point or another. And then, once it does it once, I jump into the game a second time and it works then until I close out of the application again. And then I've just been running into a lot more issues with the games just like crashing in-game and saying that they've corrupted save data, and my external hard drive saying that it's having issues. So if anyone, and then also the fact that I still can't manually sync trophies if I show you guys. It'll just stay at 0% pretty much forever. It'll never fix and it'll give me an error. So, yeah, if anyone has any idea what's going on with my console, I would love to get some support on that and some knowledge on that. I assume it's because it's old, and I'd rather not have to do like a factory reset of it or anything if that might fix it. It wouldn't be that big a deal because, there's cloud saves and stuff, and I can just write down whatever games I need to re-download, so it's not like that big of a deal, but it would be really, really annoying and cost productivity and such. So I don't know if anyone has any clues as to what's going on with my console with some of these issues. Please let me know, because I'm sure that some of you guys out there are more tech savvy than I am, and I'd definitely love to know. Otherwise, though, in real life, I've been kind of busy with stuff. Like, I'm trying to get back into the dating scene again because it's been a couple months since I've been in a relationship, kind of trying to get a little bit started back into that. So, that takes up some time and it changes things around and plans around a little bit. But it is something I'm trying to get back into, so sometimes I'm a little bit more busy. Also, went and saw the James Bond movie on Sunday, No Time to Die. It was a pretty good, fitting conclusion to the Daniel Craig saga. And I'm also watching more Netflix, which sounds terrible because I go all these years like barely watching Netflix, and then Squid Games has to come out, and now I'm hooked on watching Netflix for the first time since like probably high school. And currently watching Alice in Borderlands and Schitt's Creek. Alice in Borderlands is pretty good. Watched 2 episodes of it so far. It's short, though. It's only like 8 episodes. Schitt's Creek reminds me way too much of the town that I grew up in, though the town I grew up in was definitely not to that level. But those are fun, having some fun doing sort of other stuff again, trying to, like I said, change things up and do things a little bit differently and get back into that social and dating scene a little bit. especially with how rough work is right now. So, like I've said before, though, I'll go more into detail about the work stuff in the future once everything gets settled and all. Once I have everything cleared up with that. It's a long story, and I don't want to talk too much about it yet in case certain things happen. So, yeah, as for plans for the upcoming week, I will finish off Spirit of the North, and hopefully finish off Far Cry 6 as well. I would love to do a Far Cry 6 Platinum Trophy earn stream next weekend, or at the very least the week after. We'll have to see. But we did finally finish up that Fallout 3 challenge run, which means that probably not going to be doing much Fallout content for a while. Whenever I end up taking that trophy hunting break that I'm planning on doing once I get through, Far Cry and Battlefield 5 and maybe a couple other games, I do plan on taking a little bit of a break for like a month or two of not really focusing much on starting new games unless it's like a big name game that I want to play, like if Vanguard turns out to have an easy platinum or something. I don't know. Sledgehammer's kind of iffy. You had Advanced Warfare, which is about the second easiest platinum we ever got, versus World War II, which is a medium difficulty platinum, but nothing exceptionally difficult. But both games had extremely obnoxious DLCs, and that's what I'm more worried about. But it also looks like Call of Duty's starting to move away from trophy-related DLCs because, Modern Warfare 2019 only had one, and it was the Spec Ops DLC that came out with the game. Cold War only had one trophy-enabled DLC, and it came out pretty close to the release of the game. So hopefully the developers are starting to do that instead, because I'd much rather not have to deal with DLC trophies in these games, because I've still got Black Ops 3 sitting back there to clean up. It's the only one I currently have to clean up because that has DLC. Because obviously there's still COD Classic sitting out there, and I still want to do Cold War at some point, but yeah, otherwise, I don't know about Vanguard. I don't know about Battlefield 2042. I'm not too excited about either of those games. In fact, the game I'm the most excited about right now is probably the new Mario Party that comes out this week, I believe. I want to say it comes out on the 29th. Very excited for that because I love Mario Party, and it's old maps and a lot of old mini games. Hopefully a lot of the classic good ones. So yeah, very excited for that, because it's like a remake of a lot of the N64 content. So that should be fun, even though I grew up on the GameCube era Mario parties. So yeah, those are my current plans for this week. Finish off Spirit of the North, finish off Far Cry 6. Obviously, once those are done, I can go do Battlefield 5, which I'll do is 555, grab a couple easy platinums before that, which I can obviously knock out very quickly, and get started on Aliens Colonial Marines in the near future. Then, of course, in November, my current plans are Division 1 and 2, GTA 5, and Battlefield 1943. December, my plan is purely Black Ops 3, and of course, all of these are probably going to change. And then in 2022, I've currently got COD Classic, Shadow of the Colossus, Uncharted 3, Conan Exiles DLC, Goosebumps DLC, Outer Worlds Platinum and DLC, Borderlands 3 DLC, and then a handful of other games such as Master Reboot, The Saboteur, Dead Alliance, and Escape Dead Island that I actually own on disc, but have always been like way too lazy to play them. So yeah, I still got to do those as well at some point. So yeah, lots of games coming up in the near future. And I think that 550 game that I was originally going to do was now pushed back to 600. And I think it'll be a little bit more fitting there, honestly. So that is going to be it for this video, guys. Please like, favorite, share, comment, subscribe, and ring that bell if you haven't already. The video schedule should be fairly normal for this week. There'll probably only be one stream on Friday night, maybe on Saturday. We'll just have to see what happens. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video, and see you later this week for more content.